Bonjour tout le monde, welcome back to my channel. This is Farah here. Today I wanted to talk to you and address the question of why should we follow fashion trends? So if you want to join in on this discussion, please keep watching. So I will be giving you my take on it because everyone has a different perspective, and I was really inspired to do this video because I was watching Style Insider, and I'm going to link her video also in the description box. So thank you, Leonie, for this amazing this inspiration for this amazing video. And I really thought that it's a cool topic to be discussing. If you feel called to make a video after mine about this topic, feel free. So I just want to tell you a little bit about me. I am a fashion stylist, style consultant, and personal shopper in Paris, and so I make a lot of videos about style, about trends, fashion trends, like staying on the pulse of what's going on in fashion is part of my job. So I do that a lot. So this channel is all about that. I make a lot, especially if you like Parisian fashion and French girl fashion. Please consider subscribing. This channel is all about that and all about Paris. So if you like that, join our tribe, and I'd just love to have you here. So let's dive right in. Some of the pros for me of following fashion trends. The number one part is it's art. It's art. I love art, and I'm a very creative person, and I'm a very visual person. So art and bodies, those two things combined, because with fashion and trends, you're putting clothes and designs on bodies, and it's just the most beautiful expression for me of art there could possibly be. So that's one thing, is when I watch the runway, I am enjoying the artistic expression at first. I'm enjoying the creation. The trends are a byproduct of that. So that, I don't know if everyone thinks like that, but for me it's very much about the beautiful art that the designers come up with that inspire me to just create as well in my own life. And that's why I'm a stylist, because stylists get to put beautiful clothes together to create a different piece, like so kind of repurposing and using a designer's creation, which is already art, and creating your own expression, which I find so beautiful. So that's one thing that is why I follow fashion trends. Second reason why I love following fashion trends. It allows me to get creative when I'm dressing, and it allows me to step out of my comfort zone once in a while. I'm someone who, I've not always had a personal style, and it's taken me a long time to find my authentic personal style. Now, style is a journey, so you can be somewhere on your style journey, and then in the next few years it can change. So it doesn't mean that it's always like completely static or stagnant, but I do have some looks that I gravitate towards daily, because that's just easy for me to put on and feel confident and look pulled together. And a style allows me to step out of that little box, and trends allows me to do that, and to think like, maybe today I will wear this kind of colored, checkered halter, and to see how it will look, because I'm attracted to the colors, because I love the design, I love the fact that it's a halter, I love the fact that it's so 90s inspired. So there's a lot of things that come into when selecting trends, and that's a topic for a whole nother video altogether. But this is why the second thing that I would say is I love that it pushes me out of my comfort zone. And that's been something that I've been trying to embrace in all aspects of my life. How can I grow? How can I expand? And yeah, so this is just a wonderful thing I wanted to share with you. The third reason, and I think this one is really important as well and can apply to maybe a lot of people, is that trends and fashion trends allow us to see the socio-political environment of our world and as a collective. So designers do a really good job, some more than others, in embodying themes that are happening in our world, whether it's to do with, like sustainable fashion, with more like fake fur coats that came out, and whether they're doing clothes made out of like repurposed materials. And there are so many ways the designers can express themselves, and can express like the global socio-economic themes. And I find this very fascinating. Each season there are themes that are revolving around the catwalks, similar themes. This, of course, this season there have been a burst of color, and shocker, spring summer burst of color. I know it's nothing like ingenious or something, but if you know that we have been inside, a lot of us have been wearing, pajamas, loungewear, the same sort of thing. What is one thing that can inject excitement into your life when, it's so kind of mundane and a cycle? Like, we don't have the same kind of access to our world anymore in a lot of places. I know not all places, but in a lot of places. And one thing is definitely color, and color can definitely do that, and color can uplift and make it brighter. Like, just by wearing this, I feel so bright and I feel so happy, and that's the psychological thing that can affect us. So I really love that part of how fashion has such an integral, and trends and fashion trends have such an integral part in contributing to the world, the political, socio-economic point of views. And that's something I really like about following fashion trends. Okay, now let's get to some cons, because of course there are cons. So I'm going to keep this short because I'm more passionate about it than not, but there are some cons. I would say a con would be, for me, to follow every trend if it doesn't suit you. I don't think trends are made so that you are following each and every one. I think it's really important to be discerning about the trends that you follow. And of course there's a part where you're going out there and you're selecting something, and if it doesn't suit you, and that's how you know, is because you tried. But there are also people who feel that trends need to be followed, and every trend needs to be followed, and they feel bad about themselves and their body if a trend doesn't suit them or they can't wear it for some reason. So I think this is where it can get very toxic. So this is what we need to redefine what trends mean, and which trends work for you, work for your body, work for your authentic personal style, and which trends you don't get involved in. I have so many trends I don't even touch, but then there are the trends where I'm like, I really like that, and I'm going to be jumping on that trend wagon. So point number 2 as to why you shouldn't follow trends is because trends can be very confusing. for people. And there was a time in my life when I was trying to define my own and find my own personal style, that I had to stop watching trends, because there's so much that comes at you each season and you can be just really, really, really overwhelmed. Sometimes I still have to sort through the trends, you know, but now, like, with consistent staying on the pulse of it, there is a more systematic way to follow trends. And so now I don't feel as overwhelmed, but there was a time when I didn't even know what I liked to wear. And then I was being bombarded with trends, and there is a tendency with trends to think that this is what you should be wearing, and that's what you shouldn't be wearing, the trends that are in, the trends that are out. At first, if you're trying to define your style and find your personal style, don't worry about that at all. What you need to find is what aligns with you. What are the silhouettes that you like wearing? What are the colors that you like wearing that work for you, that work with your hair, your complexion? You can wear any color, but you know, you just have to learn what works for you and what works with your body and the lines of your body. And yes, like, have your clothes reflect who you are on the inside. That's what I work with my clients on a lot, and how clothes make them feel, and your clothes should make you feel good. So I think it's where trends, like following trends, can get tricky on this part, because you can get really, really lost in the bombardment, in the I don't know what to say, but like, it's like what's coming to mind is like a stampede. So the animal stampede, and it's kind of like that. It's like a fashion stampede. Trends can be like that. So if you haven't yet found your authentic personal style, you need to do that first, and then enjoy trends. So number 3 is that, and I will say that I was guilty of this at a point in my life. I used to buy clothes, or feel like I needed to buy clothes every season to update my wardrobe. Something wonderful which I've learned from the French way of being is that they don't need to buy clothes every season. They select really, really quality pieces that are aligned with their style, are aligned with their aesthetic, and they will invest in them. And there's also a very, very conscious way of living and buying clothes here. There is a app called Vinted, which is kind of like you sell your clothes on this app and people buy them, and there's all types of price points. I'm sure there are apps where you live too that do that. I know that in the UK there's something called Poshmark. In the US, I'm not really sure what's in the US, but I've heard a lot of things. Maybe Poshmark even exists in the US. So I don't know, but you will, if you can, leave it in the comments in your country. What app do you use to buy secondhand clothing, if there is one? I know that there's a big culture and growing of thrifting now, and even here people go to secondhand shops, vintage shops, to buy clothing. That doesn't mean that people still don't shop from designer wear, but it's just to lower the impact of fast fashion, because what's happened is, like, people who feel like they want to buy clothes every season, they want to update their wardrobe, and then finding it so easy to go to fast fashion for these updates. You don't need to go to fast fashion. In fact, the secondhand shops and also shopping your wardrobe is a way to wear trends again, and it feels really, really good to get new clothes. For me, I can understand that feeling. I love like playing with new items of clothing. And so I'm not saying don't do that and don't shop anymore, but there is a very sustainable way to do it. And because trends are circular and they come around again and again, you can actually find them in secondhand stores or on apps like Vinted and Shopmark, etc. So yeah, I hope that you found this video interesting and you found this topic interesting. I really love to know what you think. So feel free to leave me a comment in the below in the comment bar. I'd be so curious to know your thoughts, and I love talking to you down there anyway. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you again for the Style Insider for this inspiration for this video, and I hope to see you in my next video. Big kiss to you from Paris, wherever you are, and I hope you're doing well. And yeah, see you in my next video. Ciao!